Hello and welcome to Forgotten Temples. I'll actually say that again in just a moment because this video I've had to amend. So it's just a quick thing to let you know that this video is, I don't know, a deluxe edition. There's a little bit extra for you. And do watch to the end, because what really makes dear old Trav Temple is our mini little tiny temple builders that turn up, these kids, and they are hysterical. And sometimes it's not all about the temples, although wondrous and ancient that they are. It's sometimes the people you meet. So stick around, because at the end, they will make you smile. So here you go. It's Trav Temple, the deluxe edition. Roar! I'm a friendly lion. Well, I have to replace this lion's head, you see, because he has lost his, and he has a buddy over here who's also lost his. We are at Prasat Trav, and it's been quite the journey, and this certainly ticks those boxes, forgotten and temples, that's for sure. But before I move on, I've got to do something. I've got a job to do. Put the offerings back, because this is where I found them when I came here. Now, it looks like rubbish, and often we see plastic bottles and bits and pieces around these temples, but they are in fact offerings. So we must show respect, and by doing so, we return things. It's a small one, so this is going to be a quick trip around, but there's a few things here of interest that I wish to show you. So come on, my lovelies, let's go and have a look. Now, firstly, we've got what the kids have been doing, and have a look. They've been building little temples themselves, and they've even put the wall around, which is the correct way to do it. But there's a better little one. These are the ancient steps. As we come up here, we have the kids again doing a little temple, and they've put the lintels in. Isn't this, and you can see this sort of like diamond shape here, this triangular shape here, and it's all very good, isn't it? See, temple builders are new, are around us. Now let's have a look at Trav. And Trav has a couple of things we've never looked at before. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is this spirit house. Now, these are outside every residence and every single business. And again, we have the offerings. And we even have a couple of bottles of perfume. Now, the purpose of the spirit house is to attract in the bad spirits, you see, and therefore they don't manifest in your actual residence. So we're appeasing them with our offerings, so they live in their own little house and don't bother us with their bad ill and bad tidings. And if we look over to the left, we see something very special. Look at the carving on this. Just phenomenal. It is. If Sven comes in, I'll put my fingernail here. And you can see how incredibly detailed that is. Just imagine how long it would take to do this one pillar. Now, this was in a local church, let's say, in England. I'm sure people would look at it in wonder, saying, good Lord, look at that. But there's in fact two. There's another on the floor here. And this isn't unusual, and this is a small temple, but the amount of man hours is just remarkable. And here inside the doorway, we see something that usually has long gone, and that is the ancient script. Now, these would have been religious words, obviously, prayers, scriptures of oh so long ago. And unfortunately, I don't know what they mean. But you know religion, as most people do. It's the usual kind of stuff, isn't it? But it would be so much better if I could actually read it, which is a shame because the temple's speaking to us, but unfortunately, I cannot hear. And look who's turned up. It's the little temple builders who are doing these that I mentioned earlier. As I say with these temples, there's always something that will bring a smile to your face. If it's not just the glorious drive through the countryside and getting a good full lungs of countryside air, and then it's the people you meet. And in this case, it's a tiny little temple builders. So it's a pleasure to meet you. Hello. Aren't they great? So again, this has been Mr. B for Forgotten Temples of Cambodia, and we're signing this off by putting our own stone on their little temple buildings. There we go. Another temple visited, another wonderful day out. I hope your day is equally as glorious. We were just leaving and tying up this video when we noticed our little temple builders hard at work here. Now, when we first came to this site, we noticed this rock with all these very deep grooves in. And we couldn't work out why they were here. We knew they were new, but not who did them. And guess who it is? It's these chaps getting all dusty and just making these grooves purely because they find it relaxing or it's creative in some way. So isn't that sweet? That's another mystery solved, and it's our little temple builders that are doing it. And yet again, I aim to leave, and the little temple builders are now doing this, which is the lad here. You see, he cycles furiously, and the two young girls here, they throw the dust at the spokes, and it's just funny. I've got no idea. It's all going in my face. Arcontran, which means thank you very much. Look at you, you little mischievous monkeys. Isn't that fantastic? Oh well, the temple hasn't given us an awful lot, but you've got to admit, we're certainly driving away from this one smiling.